greatest Ethiopian general of all time. Number 5. General Hailom Araya. He was born in Adi Nabrid in northwestern Tigray, and although he completed high school in Adwa, after the Ethiopian Revolution broke out, he joined the TPLF. As a commander of EPRDF forces, General Hailom led his forces to northern Shiwa and later marched in Addis Ababa, coming out victorious in 1991. One of his most daring acts was the Agazi Operation, which happened on the early evening of 5 February 1985. He led a squad of TPLF fighters in attacking the main prison in Mekelle, and freed over 1,000 prisoners, killed 16 prison guards, and wounded 9 soldiers without losing a single man. He later became one of the military leaders in the defense force of the transitional government of Ethiopia. He defeats Al Derg general who went to a Soviet military school with only a high school diploma. Number 4. Ras Mengesha Yohannes. Ras Mengesha Yohannes is the founder of one of the 2 most senior cadet branches of the Ethiopian Imperial Solomonic dynasty. He was the son of Emperor Yohannes. He defeated the Egyptians in the Battle of Goudet in 1876 and Italy in the Battle of Adwa. His efforts resulted in the restoration of Ethiopia's right to import weapons and goods. Number 3. Emperor Tewodros. His role is often placed as the beginning of modern Ethiopia and brought an end to the decentralized Zemene Mesifint. Tewodros reunited Ethiopia by defeating all the warlords. In 1842, Tewodros invaded Egyptian-controlled Sudan from western Ethiopia, successfully capturing Metema. However, he suffered a major defeat in March 1848 at the Battle of Debarki, effectively ending his invasion. The defeat at Debarki led to Tewodros taking efforts to modernize his military, incorporating firearm drills and more modern artillery. The greatest thing Tewodros did is he passed a reunited Ethiopia to the next generation. Number 2. Emperor Yohannes. Emperor Yohannes was an extraordinary military leader and a very religious king. He was the top guard of Ethiopia. On October 11, 1875, Egypt occupied the city-state of Harar, and they were advancing from the port of Maswa on the north. Yohannes marched up north and met them at Goudet on November 16, 1875. The Egyptians did not know the local area, and they were fooled into marching into a narrow and steep valley and were wiped out by the emperor's troops hiding on the valley from the surrounding mountains. Many of the Egyptian forces, along with many officers of European and North American background, were killed. He also defeated them again at the Battle of Gura on March 9, 1876, and defeated Madist. King Yohannes created the iconic green, yellow, and red flag of Ethiopia. King Yohannes went to every war to protect his country from invaders, and the only Ethiopian king to sacrifice his life for his country. Number 1. Ras Alula. Born to a simple peasant family with no connection to the royal families of Tigray, Alula Ngiba Ekwibi was not particularly destined for greatness from his beginning. With his God-given talent for leadership, the natural warrior made a name for himself by proving his bravery in the battlefield. Against all odds, Alula Agida rose up the ranks of the army and finally ended up serving Emperor Yohannes IV. Emperor Yohannes IV was impressed by Alula's amazing military skills and awarded him the highest title, Rasi Rusan. This Aksumite title is just one step below royal title of prince. Rasi Alula's military strategy and tactical skills were never seen before in the history of Ethiopia. Rasi Alula defeated the Egyptians, the Dervish from Sudan, the Italians in Adwa, and many more internal enemies of the kingdom. His glorious victories against external and internal enemies put him with the likes of Ethiopian giants Emperor Ezana. The mention of the name Alula provoked uncontrollable fear in his enemies. He was the most intelligent and bravest military leader Africa had produced. Countless songs and poems have been written about this extraordinary Tigrayan military leader. Famous poem was written when he sent the invading Egyptian army wrapped in humiliation and unrecoverable defeat.